Hello guys, Coach Paul here, Phase 1 Sports Hawaii. We will discuss parents in sports. Now this is, in my opinion, is pretty wild in today's youth sports. Let's say for flag football example, we have, young as 4 years old playing flag football, 6 years old. And the problem is with even at that young age, and this goes all the way through, it could be 7-on-7 high schoolers, but it's sad to see at the age of young as 5 or 4 years old playing flag football, and parents are treating it literally like it's Super Bowl Sunday. All right, and I'm not saying only in football. This goes with soccer. This goes with basketball. Any sport, you name it. And parents are in the stands or on the sidelines, and I hear the craziest things coming out of parents' mouth. In flag football or even two-hand touched pylon football, it's I hear stuff like kill them and all these other things, and I just don't get it, right? So I get that being competitive has to be number one. We have to be competitive, but we have to be competitive. In my opinion, our kids do what we do as parents. I'm a parent, I have 3 kids. I have one child that graduated high school that played sports, football and track, and some basketball. My middle son's a teen now, and he's also getting into sports now. My younger daughter competes a lot, or not competes, but she does a lot of gymnastics and dance, and I'm sure she'll be playing some type of sport later. But myself as a parent, and I was grateful because my parents showed me great modeling in how I feel I was comfortable as a child growing up in sports, because my parents never played sports in school or as youth. They didn't butt in. They didn't try to coach me up on the side. Let's say if I was at practice, they weren't the parent yelling from the side at coaches or at myself, or after practice, I had the best support system because my dad would just say, "Ooh, that was a rough one today." He just wait to see if I wanted to talk about it. And that was the end of it. He didn't try to say you should do this, or I think what happens a lot where kids get confused these days is coaches are coaching there at practices, which majority of them don't get paid for it, and they're out there coaching your kids, and then when they're done, you go home and you start coaching your kid, and then what happens is you're confusing them because whatever is being coached on the field, you might be confusing them at home, telling them to do the exact opposite of what your coaches are coaching. Now, the problem with that is if you put them on a team, you entrust the coaches that they are going to take care of them and teach them right. So why go home and ruin that, right? So if you don't like the program you're putting them in, then I suggest you just change the program in general, because what happens as a coach is when your athlete isn't being coachable and doing what you're coaching, then it becomes a problem. It doesn't matter what you feel as a parent. What matters most is what that coach is doing on the field. And I get what you guys are feeling as a parent, but here's the thing, what you have to understand as a parent is that whatever happens, and you want to set your child up from the beginning, meaning when you go to high school, I highly doubt if you're in a great program, you can go and do those things when they get in high school, okay? Bigger yet, if you plan to get them to play college, at the collegiate level, there is no way you're going to tell those coaches what to do or go against them or whatnot. You're going to find your athlete sitting on the bench. And here's where you're setting them up for failure. If you keep on having them butt their coaching in the youth level, guess what they think they will be able to do in the high school level, in the college level. I'm telling you, this is a trend that goes on, and kids fail at the high school level. I don't care how good of an athlete they are. They could be an all-star, all-state football player, and because of that mentality, when they go to college, they fail because diversity hits, they don't get on the field, there's nobody to advocate for them, They're supposed to be able to do it for themselves, show by action, not take easy routes out, and so forth. So I know there's a lot of dynamics to this, but that's it in a nutshell. My advice to parents would be, let them go through their process. Be the supporting parent. Don't be the parent where they get in the car, they get yelled at on the way from, you know, the practice area to home, and then they no longer love the game. You will find that athlete no longer wanting to play at all. They'll hate it because all they'll feel like is they're getting yelled at the end of the day. So this is part one of this discussion. When we have Coach Jason back, I want to hear other opinions, you know, as to how, you know, they feel about this topic. So with that said, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube page so you can follow more of the discussions, some of our workouts, some of our cool videos. With that said, happy Aloha Friday.